My fiancé refused to cook for my daughter, saying, "She's not my problem." I said, "Neither are your credit card bills." I canceled her cards. Suddenly, she became very interested in being a good stepmom, but I was already packing her bags. Original post: I, 37 male, have a daughter, 11, from my previous marriage. Her mother passed away when she was 6. Cancer. Worst year of my life watching that happen while trying to hold my kid together. Met my fiancée, 33, 2 years ago. She seemed great at first, friendly with my daughter, engaged to me after 14 months. Moved into my house about 6 months ago. That's when things changed. My daughter eats dinner around 6 p.m. on school nights, normal kid schedule. I usually cook because I get home around 5:30. My fiancée works from home doing freelance graphic design, so she's here all day. Last Tuesday, I got stuck in traffic, called my fiancé around 5:45. "Hey, I'm gonna be late. Traffic's a nightmare. Can you start dinner for my daughter? There's chicken in the fridge, pasta in the pantry. I'm working. It's almost 6. She needs to eat. I'm in the middle of a project. Can you just throw something together? I'll be home in 30 minutes. Look, I didn't sign up to be her mom. That's your job. Figure it out." She hung up. I sat in traffic, pissed. Called my daughter directly. "Hey, sweetie, I'm running late. Can you make yourself a sandwich? I'll cook when I get home." "Okay, Dad, is everything okay?" She's 11. She shouldn't have to ask that. Got home at 6:40. My daughter was eating peanut butter and jelly at the kitchen table. My fiancé was on the couch, laptop open, glass of wine beside her. I made my daughter actual dinner. Didn't say anything to my fiancé that night. Thought maybe she was stressed about a deadline. Thursday, same thing happened. I asked her to help my daughter with homework. I'm not a tutor. Google exists. Friday, I asked if she could drive my daughter to soccer practice, since I had a late meeting. That's not my responsibility. Saturday morning, I tried to have a calm conversation. "We need to talk about my daughter." "What about her?" "You're going to be her stepmother in 4 months. You live in our house. I need you to help sometimes." I help plenty. I clean, I cook for us. But she's not my kid. You had her before me. That's your responsibility, not mine. She lost her mother. She needs stability. She needs adults she can count on. And she has you. I'm your partner, not her parent. I didn't agree to raise someone else's kid. But you agreed to marry me. I have a kid. That was part of the package. I agreed to be your wife, not a replacement mom. I stared at her. She's not asking for a replacement mom. She's asking for basic human decency. Food, homework help, a ride when needed. That's what you're for. Something clicked. This wasn't about workload. This was about my daughter being an inconvenience. Okay, let me ask you something. Are you my partner or are you not? Of course I am. Then why don't you act like it? I do. I support you. I'm here for you. But your daughter is your responsibility. My daughter lives here, in my house, that I pay the mortgage on. You live here too, in a house you don't pay for. Using amenities you don't pay for. Her face changed. What are you saying? I'm saying maybe we need to reevaluate what responsibilities mean in this relationship. Are you seriously going to hold money over my head? No. I'm pointing out that partnership goes both ways. You want me to handle everything with my daughter alone, fine, but I'll handle my finances alone too. I walked away, spent the weekend thinking. Monday morning, I canceled her credit cards. She had 2, both authorized user cards on my accounts. I'd given them to her after we got engaged for emergencies and household expenses. She'd been using them for everything from groceries to clothes to her morning coffee. Total spending in 6 months, roughly $18,000. I didn't tell her, just canceled them. She found out Tuesday around noon. I was at work, phone started blowing up. Why are my cards declined? I canceled them. What? Why would you do that? My daughter's not your problem, your expenses aren't mine. Are you serious right now? Very. Figure it out. This is financial abuse. No, this is me removing access to my money. You're not my wife yet. You don't contribute to household expenses. The cards were a courtesy that you took advantage of while refusing basic courtesy to my kid. You can't do this. Already did. Gotta go meeting. I hung up, turned off my phone. Got home at 6. My fiancé was in the kitchen, cooking. Full meal, chicken, vegetables, rice. My daughter was at the table looking confused. Hey Dad, we're having a real dinner tonight. My fiancé smiled at me. forced, tight. I thought I'd help out. Since I'm going to be stepmom soon, I should practice, right? My daughter looked happy. That hurt. After dinner, after my daughter went to bed, my fiancé cornered me. Okay, I get it. Point made. Turn the cards back on. No. What do you mean, no? I mean, I've been thinking about this relationship, about what it means, about what marriage would look like, and I don't think this works. Her face went white. You're breaking up with me over this? I'm breaking up with you because you told an 11-year-old who lost her mother that she's not your problem. Because you couldn't be bothered to throw together pasta for a hungry kid. Because you see partnership as, I get the benefits but none of the responsibilities. I cooked tonight? After I cut off your money, that's not partnership, that's transactional. So that's it? You're just done? Yeah, I'm done. Start packing. You can stay in the guest room until you find a place. 2 weeks. She didn't move out. That's where this gets messy. Update 1 week later. So my fiancé didn't take the breakup well. Shocking, I know. The first few days were tense. She stayed in the guest room but kept trying to talk things out. Day 2. She made breakfast, full spread, pancakes, eggs, bacon. Woke us up with, surprise, family breakfast. My daughter was excited. I was suspicious. After my daughter left for school, my fiancé tried again. See, I can do this. I can be a good stepmom. Just give me my cards back and let's forget this happened. You're performing. This isn't real. How is this not real? I'm cooking. I'm trying. You're trying because I cut off funding, not because you care about my daughter. That's not true. Last week you told her she wasn't your problem. I was stressed. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, you did. And the second the money's back, you'll go back to ignoring her. She started crying. Please, I love you. I want to marry you. I'll change. You had 6 months to change. You didn't. You only changed when it affected your wallet. She went back to the guest room, slammed the door. Day 3. She tried a different approach. Went to my daughter's soccer game without being asked. Cheered. Took photos. Posted them on social media with captions like, so proud of my future stepdaughter. My daughter was confused but happy for the attention. That night, see? I'm making an effort. I went to her game. One game. After I asked you to take her to practice and you said it wasn't your responsibility. I'm trying to make this right. By doing the bare minimum after I took away your credit cards, that's not making it right. That's damage control. Day 5, the manipulation escalated. She started calling me at work multiple times. We need to talk. Please reconsider. I can't afford to move out right now. I need more time. I gave her until the end of the month, 3 more weeks. That's not enough time. Should have thought about that before treating my daughter like an inconvenience. She started telling people we'd had a misunderstanding about money and responsibilities. Her friends started texting me. Her sister called. Her sister, you're really going to kick her out over household chores? That seems extreme. Me, I'm ending an engagement because she told my 11-year-old daughter who lost her mother that she's not her problem, and only pretended to care when I stopped funding her lifestyle. Her sister, she's trying to fix it. Me, she's trying to fix her financial situation, not the actual problem. Her sister hung up on me. Day 7, yesterday, things got worse. My daughter came to me. Dad, can I talk to you? Always, sweetie. Is my soon-to-be stepmom leaving because of me? My heart dropped. What? No. Why would you think that? She said she's trying really hard but you won't forgive her, and that it's complicated because of me. I saw red. She said that to you? Not exactly. I heard her on the phone with someone. She was crying. She said you were being unfair and that everything was fine until your daughter became an issue. I found my fiancé in the kitchen. We need to talk. Now. What? Did you tell someone on the phone that my daughter is the issue here? I didn't. I was just venting to my friend. Within earshot of said daughter? She wasn't supposed to hear that. But she did. You're making her think she's the problem when you're the problem. I didn't mean. Get out. What? Get out. Now. Not in 3 weeks. Now. Pack your essentials. Be gone by tomorrow. You can't do that. I have rights. You're not on the lease. You're not on the mortgage. You've been living here rent-free. I can absolutely do this. You have until tomorrow night. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem. Her face turned purple. You asshole. After everything I've done for you. Like what? Name one thing you've done for me that didn't directly benefit you. Silence. That's what I thought. Tomorrow. Gone. She called her sister, packed some bags, left that night to stay with her. But this morning, I got an email from a lawyer. Her lawyer's email outlined demands. 1. $10,000 for unjust enrichment, claiming she'd contributed to the household. 2. Return of her belongings, which included furniture I'd owned before she moved in. 3. Reasonable timeline of 60 days to relocate. 4. Compensation for the engagement ring. My response, through my own lawyer, no. She never paid rent, never paid utilities, never contributed to the mortgage or property taxes. The furniture was mine from before we met. The engagement ring was mine. She doesn't get to keep it after the engagement ends. My lawyer sent a formal response. She has 30 days to remove her personal belongings or they'll be considered abandoned. No compensation owed. Ring must be returned within 7 days. Also discovered something interesting going through credit card statements from before I canceled them. She'd been buying gift cards. Lots of them. About $3,000 worth over 6 months. Those gift cards? Not for household expenses. They were for her to use after we got married, in case I ever needed my own money. She was literally embezzling from me while living rent-free and refusing to help my daughter. Forwarded those statements to my lawyer. Might pursue it. Might not. Depends how this plays out. Update 2. 3 weeks later. The drama has reached absurd levels. Quick recap, then I'll get to the insanity. My ex-fiancée moved out completely 2 weeks ago. Took her clothes, her laptop, some kitchen stuff I let her have. Refused to return the ring at first, but my lawyer sent a more aggressive letter. She finally returned it last week. Left it in a box on my doorstep with a note that said, "Hope you're happy." I sold the ring, got $400, put it in my daughter's college fund. Thought that would be the end. Wrong. The escalation. Week 1 post-breakup, she started a phone campaign with my family, called my mom, my sister, my brother, told them I'd abandoned her and thrown her out without cause. My mom called me confused. She says, "You kicked her out for no reason?" She told my daughter, your granddaughter, that she wasn't her problem, then only pretended to care when I cut off her credit cards. Oh well then, want me to block her number? Please. My sister was less sympathetic to my ex, but she asked, "Are you sure this is about your daughter and not about control?" That stung. You think I'm being controlling? I think you made a big decision fast. I made a decision after 6 months of watching her treat my kid like an inconvenience. The credit cards were just the consequence. The breakup was about her character. Okay, just checking. Some guys get weird about money. I get weird about people mistreating my daughter. There. Week 2, the mutual friends started taking sides. We didn't have many, we'd only been together 2 years, but the few we had got involved. One couple invited me to dinner. Ambushed me with my ex-fiancée being there. We thought if you two talked, I left. Don't ever do that again. Lost those friends. Don't care. Week 3. This week, things got legitimately crazy. My ex-fiancée showed up at my daughter's school, tried to pick her up from school on Monday. The school called me. "There's a woman here claiming to be your daughter's stepmother. She's not on the approved pickup list. Don't let her take my daughter. I'm on my way." I got there in 15 minutes. My ex-fiancée was in the office, arguing with the principal. "I'm her stepmother. I have every right." "You're not her stepmother. We're not married. We're not even together." She turned to me. "I just wanted to talk to her. To explain." "Explain what?" "How you only pretended to care about her to get your credit cards back." The principal intervened. "Ma'am, you need to leave." "Sir, we'll be adding her to the do not allow list." My ex-fiancée started crying. "You're turning everyone against me, even your daughter." "My daughter has nothing to do with this. Leave her out of it." She left, but not before causing a scene in the parking lot. Other parents saw. My daughter was embarrassed. That night, my daughter asked me, "Why did she come to my school?" "I don't know, sweetie, but she won't be allowed to do it again." Good. She was being weird. Weird how? She kept saying how much she missed me and how we were going to be a family, but she never acted like that before. It felt fake. Smart kid. The financial discoveries. My lawyer subpoenaed the credit card records officially for the potential embezzlement case. Turned out the gift cards were even worse than I thought. Total over 6 months, $4,800 in gift cards, various stores, all purchased when I was at work. But here's the kicker. My lawyer found emails between my ex-fiancée and her sister discussing her exit strategy. Apparently, she'd been planning to leave me after the wedding. The gift cards were emergency funds for when she had enough of playing housewife to someone else's brat. Direct quote from the email. She was going to marry me, wait until the house was jointly owned, we discussed adding her to the deed after marriage, then divorce me and take half the house. The gift cards were her insurance policy. The refusal to bond with my daughter was because she never planned to stay. My lawyer is now recommending we pursue theft charges. $4,800 is enough to matter legally. Haven't decided yet. Part of me wants to be done. Part of me wants her to face real consequences. The harassment continues. She started driving by my house, not just once, multiple times a day. Neighbors noticed. One asked if everything was okay. Ex-girlfriend won't accept it's over. Want me to call the cops next time I see her? Let me handle it first. I called her. Stop driving by my house. I'm allowed to drive wherever I want. You're stalking. I'm not stalking. I don't know. Remembering what we had. We didn't have anything. You were using me and planning to leave after the wedding. I found the emails. Silence. Then, I don't know what you're talking about. The emails to your sister. About your exit strategy, about my daughter being a brat, about taking half my house. More silence. Stay away from my house, stay away from my daughter's school, or I'm filing a restraining order. She hung up. The current situation. My daughter is doing better. The tension in the house is gone. She's more relaxed, happier. Last night she asked, Dad, are you sad about the breakup? Honestly, no. I'm sad it took me so long to see who she really was. But I'm not sad she's gone. Me neither. She was never nice to me when you weren't around. That was new. What do you mean? She'd just ignore me, like I wasn't there. Or she'd sigh really loud when I asked her questions. She never said anything mean, but she made it clear she didn't want me around. Why didn't you tell me? I thought maybe it was me, that I was annoying, but then you two broke up and you said it was because of how she treated me, and I realized it wasn't my fault. I hugged her. Never your fault. You're a good kid. She was the problem, not you. I know that now. My lawyer is finalizing the theft claim. Might take it to small claims court just to make a point. Might not. Depends on if she leaves us alone. But honestly, I'm just ready to move forward. My daughter's happy, my house is peaceful, my credit cards are mine. That's enough. Final update. 2 months later. Time to close this chapter properly. A lot has happened since the last update. The legal resolution. My lawyer and I decided to pursue the theft claim in small claims court. Filed for $4,800, the total value of gift cards purchased on my credit cards without authorization. The hearing was 3 weeks ago. My ex-fiancée showed up with a different lawyer than before. Apparently, the first one dropped her after seeing the email evidence. The hearing took about 90 minutes. I presented credit card statements showing gift card purchases, email chain with her sister discussing the exit strategy, text messages from when we were together where she asked to borrow my cards for groceries, but bought gift cards instead. Her defense was that the cards were for household expenses, and I'd given her permission to use them. Judge wasn't buying it. Ma'am, these are gift cards from electronics stores, clothing retailers, luxury brands. How are those household expenses? I needed flexibility for purchases. For yourself? For us, the household. Judge looked at the emails. These messages suggest you were building a personal fund to leave the relationship. Is that accurate? She tried to deny it. Judge cut her off. The evidence is pretty clear. Judgment for the plaintiff, $4,800 plus court costs. She has to pay me back, in installments, $300 monthly until it's cleared. Will I actually see that money? Probably not all of it. But the judgment is on record. If she doesn't pay, it'll hit her credit. Not my problem anymore. The harassment situation. After I called her out about driving by my house, she stopped, for about a week. Then she started showing up at my daughter's soccer games again. Different approach. She'd stand far away, just watching. Not trying to talk to anyone. Just there. My daughter noticed. Dad, she's here again. I took photos, documented dates and times. After the third game, I filed for a civil harassment restraining order. The court date was 2 weeks ago. Presented the evidence. The school incident. The multiple drive-bys, neighbor testified. The soccer game appearances. Text messages that had escalated to "I just want to see what I'm missing," and "you ruined everything I had." Judge granted a 1-year restraining order. She has to stay at least 100 yards away from me, my daughter, our home, and my daughter's school. She tried to argue that she just wanted closure. Judge wasn't sympathetic. You had closure when the engagement ended. This is harassment. She left the courtroom crying. Her sister glared at me like I was the bad guy. Don't care. The social fallout. Lost a few friends over this. People who thought I was too harsh or didn't give her enough chances. Those weren't real friends anyway. Kept the friends who mattered. The ones who said, "You protected your kid. That's what matters." My ex-fiancée's social circle has apparently turned on her after the emails came out. Her best friend reached out to me last month. "I need you to know I had no idea about any of it." The exit strategy, the gift cards, how she treated your daughter. Okay? She told me you were controlling and paranoid, that you cut her off financially because she wanted independence. I believed her. And now I've seen the emails, the court documents. I'm sorry for not seeing it, for judging you. Appreciate that. She's not the person I thought she was. Yeah, took me too long to figure that out too. The financial reality. Total cost of this relationship: engagement ring, recovered and sold, $4,200. Credit card spending over 6 months, $18,000. Gift cards being repaid slowly, $4,800. Legal fees, $2,300. Court costs, $420. Total loss around $21,320. Painful, but could have been worse. If I'd married her, if I'd put her on the deed, if I'd waited longer to act, the damage would have been exponentially higher. The $4,800 in gift cards was meant to fund her escape after taking half my house. The house is worth about $380,000. Half would be $190,000. So by acting when I did, I saved roughly $190,000. Math makes the $21,320 loss sting less. The daughter factor. My daughter is thriving, her grades improved, she's more outgoing, she invited friends over for the first time in months. Last week she said, "Dad, I like it better now. Just us." Me too, kiddo. Do you think you'll date again? Maybe eventually, not anytime soon. Good. I don't want another her. If I ever do date again, you'll be part of the decision. Nobody comes into this house who doesn't respect you. Promise? Promise. We fist bumped. She went back to her homework. That's the moment that mattered. Not the money, not the legal wins. That moment with my kid, knowing she feels safe and valued in her own home. The reflection. People ask if I regret the relationship. Honest answer, yes and no. Yes, because I wasted 2 years and $21,000 on someone who was using me. No, because I learned something important. My instincts were right. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. My ex-fiancée showed me who she was when she called my daughter not her problem. I should have ended it that day. Instead, I tried the credit card power play. Wasted another month. Lesson learned: don't play games. Don't try to teach lessons, just act. When someone disrespects your kid, you don't take away their credits as a warning. You remove them from your life immediately. I know that now. The current reality. 2 months post-breakup, life is normal. Boring even. I cook dinner for my daughter every night. We watch TV together. She does homework at the kitchen table while I prep meals. We talk about her day. No drama. No walking on eggshells. No wondering if my fiancé is going to complain about being asked to help. It's peaceful. My daughter's soccer team made playoffs. I haven't missed a game. Nobody's standing in the distance watching anymore. Work is fine. Home is fine. Everything is just fine. And fine is actually pretty great after months of tension and manipulation. The final thoughts. To anyone reading this in a similar situation, trust your gut. If someone can't show basic kindness to your kid, cooking a meal, helping with homework, giving a ride, they're not going to magically become a caring step-parent after a wedding. Marriage doesn't fix character flaws. It amplifies them. My ex-fiancée didn't suddenly become selfish after moving in. She was always selfish. Living together just made it obvious. Cutting off the credit cards wasn't the solution. It was a symptom of the real problem. I'd let someone into my life who saw my daughter as an obstacle instead of a person. The solution was removing her completely. Should have done it sooner. But at least I did it eventually. My daughter's happy. I'm at peace. The house is ours again. That's all that matters. Thanks for following this disaster. Time to focus on actually living instead of documenting drama.